So this one, the polka dots, which happens to be the same as this cat right here, is going to be my main piece of the back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to piece together some of these pinks and purples to kind of scrappy stripe across the very top of the quilt back. And then just to make it big enough, because this is 44-ish wide and the quilt top is 48. So I just need enough to long arm. And so if I do those stripies up at the top, then this will be the main body beyond that. So I'm going to get this ironed out and then start cutting and piecing these. Here it is, all pieced across the top. I added that little bit of white Kona off to the side just to try and get it nice and closer to the right size as my actual backing, but it's a smidgen smaller, but there it is. Moment of truth to find out how much bigger it is than the quilt top. We've got some small space around the outside, so I think just like last week's whale quilt, I think I will be able to do it. So next up, we're gonna load this onto the long arm and get going. Tell us how you really feel. So here we are, the quilt is all done. I just finished quilting and I'll show you our final zone so you can see the bottom of it and my lucky accident. So here's my bottom here. I measured it and added 1.5 inches and that is definitely not 1.5 inches beyond my length. So I don't know what happened, but I'm glad I added 1.5 inches or my quilting would not have reached the end. It kind of bows out in a weird way on the bottom. I don't know what happened there, but I'm going to take it off, get it home, bury my threads, all that good stuff, because I had some oopses over here. My bobbin ran out for one, and then I forgot to rethread the machine, so it ran out that far. I wish I could say that's the first time that's happened, but it definitely was not, and it won't be the last. So I'm going to get this off, go get some dinner, and get ready for the next phase. Here's how that pieced back portion quilted up as well, so I don't forget to show that off later. I think it looks so cute. I did a little, this part right here, I did a little stay stitch, so then when I was pinning it on I wouldn't have all this flopping around, and that helped so much. I did the same thing on the other end when I went to sew these pieces together, and oh my gosh, that made so much of a difference. Imagine that. But yeah, that looks so cute. I'm glad I did it. I do enjoy piece backings. despite the chaos that they can be sometimes. Binding is done, quilt is ready, and we've hit a first world problem. We've hit a first world problem of quilting. I can't find my baby quilt tags. I don't know where they are. I haven't seen them since before I moved, and I've been tearing apart things behind me, thinking of everywhere they could possibly be. I've taken 2 boxes of stuff and dispersed them, and just don't know where they are. So I'll have to use one of my other quilt tags. Not my old ones. Just my, not my old quilt tags, but one of my big Elroy quilt tags. So I'm gonna get the binding on this quilt so then it can be gifted away in just a few days. So let's get to business. We're done. All the kitties are all quilted and bound, and despite not having my quilt tag, I did manage to find some other things. I found, as you might have noticed, my fancy double-ended seam ripper and stiletto. So now I can go back to ripping and stabbing in fancy ways. And I did find my TV remotes. I can't remember if I shared that saga of chaos, but I did find my TV remotes after giving up and buying a universal remote. So maybe once I start looking for something else random, I'll find the correct quilt tags. But anyways, this quilt, I'm super happy with how it turned out. The pattern was great. I like how it switched up the colors. Maybe even, I probably could have even gone for another color, though I don't know what other color I would have chosen besides pink, aqua, and purple. Maybe yellow? I don't know. It would have definitely caused more thought needed to be put in this pattern as far as color layouts and stuff, but I'm quite pleased with it. And I also want to say to you all, don't fear the pieced back. They are super fun, super cute, and make them even more unique than your standard solid backing. So I know a lot of people go, oh, I have to piece a back. But when it's something small like this, piecing a back is not bad at all. I did a pieced back on my dinosaur quilt end of last year, and I love it. It's still hanging at the shop, so it's not in my possession currently, so I could show you that. But don't fear a pieced back. They're super fun. They can be super cute, and super unique, and just tie the front even more to the back. So the other thing I really liked about this pattern is it was really easy to get my noses really pointed. So usually when I do triangles like that, I lose some of my points, but almost all of them on my ears and on my noses, they're pointy, and I'm very happy about that. So yay this pattern, yay me. I don't know, maybe yay both. So now that you've seen all the kitties in there in progress, let's take a look at some pictures of it and even the model of who is receiving this quilt.